All right, last but not least, the last equation that we discussed is point slope. Remember, point slope is the one that looks like this. Y minus y1 is equal to m parentheses x minus x1. And if you are given a point and a slope, then you have exactly the information you need to write an equation. So that's one thing you should be able to do. So let's just start with the first one. You write your first y. Then you look at the y value of your ordered pair, but you take the opposite. So this is a positive 7. You are going to plug in a negative 7. Then you're going to write your equal sign, and the next thing is your slope, your m, and that is negative 4 in this case. Never switch the sign of that. Then you put your parentheses with the x, and now you go to the x. It's a positive 2, but you flip your sign and make it a negative 2. And then that's the answer there. Okay, let's do another one. How about this one right here? Y and then minus 5 equals, put your slope, negative 3, then go to the x and take the opposite of that 12, which would be negative 12. That would be the answer there. Okay. All right, now let's do one more right here. So you put a y, take the opposite of this y, which is plus 6, equals your slope, parentheses x, and then take the opposite of the x. So you should be able to do that. And the next thing you should be able to do is you should be able to graph it, okay? So we're going to graph a couple. So the first thing you do is you want to take out the point and the slope that they used to write that equation. So the first thing is your slope. That's easy because it's always the number right after your equal sign. So the slope is negative 3. The point used to write this equation, you're going to go to the x side, and if it says plus 2, you put negative 2. Then you go to the y side, it says plus 4, you're going to put negative 4. And you're going to graph that point first. So you're going to go negative 2, negative 4. That'll be your starting point. And then this, put a 1 at the bottom if it's not a fraction, and this will help you get more points. So this is down 3, right 1. Down 3 would be like somewhere over here, right 1. So if we don't have room this way, let's not go down right, let's go up left. So up 3, left 1, up 3, left 1, up 3, left 1. And then there's your line. Let's do another one. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. The slope is 3, right here. And your point, go to the x, and if it says plus 6, you put negative 6. Go to the y, it says minus 1, you put positive 1. And that is the point you graph first. So negative 6, 1. Negative 6, 1 is all the way over here. Your slope is 3. It's not a fraction. Make it a fraction. So that means you're going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3, right 1. 1, 2, 3, right 1 would be somewhere over here. Okay, we don't have any more room to fit any more points, but there's your line. Okay, and then last but not least, you should be able to, if you are given the graph, you should be able to write the equation of that graph. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one in the middle. The first thing you want to do to write a point slope, you're going to need a point. Notice that you've got two options. I'm just going to go with this one right here. 1, 2, 3, 1. I'm going to pick the point 3, 1. So you just pick one of those 2 points. Now use these to do rise over run. So rise 3, run 1. So rise 3, run 1. There's your slope, 3 over 1. So you write your equation. Y, go to your y that you chose. It says plus 1, so you're going to put the opposite, minus 1. Equals, remember your slope was 3 over 1? Well, 3 divided by 1 is just 3. You don't have to put the 3 over 1. Then the x, go to the x of your point. It says positive 3, so you're going to put the opposite, negative 3. Okay, let me do another one. Let's do this one right here. I have 2 points to pick from. I'm going to go pick this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pick the point for 3. And I'm going to do rise over run. So 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. And what kind of slope is this? Negative. So I found my slope and my point. Now I can write a point slope. So y, go to the y and take the opposite. Take your slope and just put it. Then go to your x and take the opposite. And now you've got a point-slope equation. Okay? And last but not least, you go and you're going to write an equation in point-slope, but now you're just given 2 points. All right? So you're going to pick a point still. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this point. Okay? So I have my point. Let me see if I can get that. It's a little blurry. Hopefully it's better. Okay, so I'm going to pick this point, okay? But now I need my slope. How do I find slope between 2 points? I do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Remember, this is x1, y1, and then the second point is x2, y2. So plug in the numbers where they belong. y2 is a 1, y1 is a 7, x2 is a 5, x1 is a 4. So 1 minus 7 is negative 6. 5 minus 4 is just 1. Negative 6 divided by 1 is just negative 6. So I found my slope and I have the point that I want to use. So I'm going to write a point slope. Y, go to your y of the point that you chose and take the opposite, equals your slope, parentheses, x, and then take the opposite of your 5, which is negative 5. Okay. One last one down here. So let's do the y2 minus y1 first. Let me find my slope. So remember, this is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. I'm going to take my y2, which is negative 3, minus y1, which is 7, x2, which is negative 2, and x1, which is 5. Negative 3 and negative 7 more, that makes negative 10. Negative 2 and another negative 5, that makes negative 7. I can't simplify this fraction, but a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And then finally, I'm going to go ahead and pick this one, the negative 2, negative 3. So y, take the opposite of this y, equals your slope that you found, and then the x, and then take the opposite of the x. And there you have it. That's what you need to be able to do for point slope.